Into the live stream. Good morning, and I'm so blessed to have you here with me. I'm Shelby. I'm a 71% successful grant writer. I have been dedicating all of my time for the last 6 years on this YouTube and doing live streams to teach you about what a small business grant is, how to find them, and how to answer grant questions so you can potentially win millions of dollars for your startup or small business. In today's live stream, I'm going to go over a $100,000 opportunity. I'm going to teach you what a grant is. I'm going to tell you how you can find them. And also, I'm going to make sure I answer all of the frequently asked questions as we come in the chat. So, as you're joining me this morning in the live stream, make sure you like the live so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this amazing information out to all startups and small business owners who are searching for ways to find out how to apply to grants. Most small business owners within the first 2 years, you guys have a challenge with getting funding. In 2025, you've possibly been going for loans, lines of credit, credit cards, and the quick turnaround times of different funding opportunities that you are looking for. But now that we're at the end of 2025, you got to ask yourself, was I ever able to get that funding that person through Instagram promised me? Did I get approved to any funding at all as being a startup or small business owner in 2025? If the answer is no, it's quite common, and I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. So the majority of the time for why you guys have a challenge with getting funding is simply because you're not prepared. I know that we can be in a situation where you're so eager and aggressively need some funding to start your business, but it's best that you are properly prepared and you know exactly what you need to have before you decide to go for funding opportunities. Now, I offer a free grant writing checklist that is a list of all the things that you should have for any funding opportunity for that matter, not just grants. For me, I am a multi-million-dollar winner for multiple grant opportunities, and I've helped so many different nonprofit organizations, churches, schools, startups, and small business owners and entrepreneurs win free money that they don't have to pay back. My logic is, why apply to credit and lines of credit and loans and stuff when you can actually go for free money that's out there for you? You are totally worthy of this free money. It's called small business grants. Small business grants is free money, usually in the form of like a reward, right? That you can win through different competitions and opportunities that are given by Macy's, Sephora, Nike, Apple, Google, Amazon. All of these big companies give out free money to startups and small business owners. Small business owners is a really big part of our economic world, right? And that's simply because you guys provide jobs and you offer solutions to all of our problems. So, another way that you can get these grants is also through your state and local governments. So you would have to go through like the Small Business Development Center, the other small business nonprofits in your local area that may be giving out this good money, okay? And also, you can get this free money from other places like nonprofits, right? Other nonprofits and also other, private sectors as well, okay? Grants are not hard to get. You just simply need to be prepared for them, just like any other funding opportunity there is out there, okay? So in today's live stream, I'm going to continue on my teaching. If this is your first time here, please like the live stream, and I'm so happy that you're here with me. I'm Shelby. I am a 71% successful grant writer. I've ran a small business development consultancy for the last 10 years. So not only do I write grants, business plans, and pitch decks for you, but I also offer one-on-one $50 consultations where we sit on Zoom for 1 hour and we strategize together on the best ways for you to start making money now. I posted a video yesterday about Mark Cuban saying that one of the reasons why most startups and small business owners also don't get a chance at getting some really good funding is because you guys are so focused on getting funding and you're so focused on like trying to make everything else in the business perfect instead of actually catching sales. Now, depending on what your business is about, if you are a person like our friend Jay Brittany here, who has she's into gaming, well, her thing is she needs to get as many users and signups as possible versus selling. That's her thing, right? And so if she can get a lot of users to say that, hey, they like what she has going on and they feel represented as Black women, or part of that 12% that's underrepresented in her particular business and what she's doing in her project, then she can get investment capital, right? She can go for capital. But for a person like you and I, where we have services and products, we got to start focusing on catching sales. That's called building traction, okay? Even if your product takes money to make money, like for example, let's say you are creating a organic body soap and you have to pay for the ingredients, I totally understand it, okay? But this is why whatever you have right now, create samples or do the research and then go out, ask your friends, ask your coworkers, ask your family, and the people in your local neighborhood, possibly give out samples of what you have and receive feedback. That feedback is called traction as well. That traction is one of the ways that you can actually be professionally prepared for any funding opportunity too. Imagine sitting in front of a loan officer or sitting in front of an investor or even sitting in front of a grantor who's willing to give you some free $10,000 for whatever you're doing. And they ask you, well, what have you done so far to prove to yourself that what your product and service is needed in the market? You got to show something. You got to show some data. And that's the data, okay? You got to show that you've actually put in the efforts to get people aware about your product and service. And you also have to show that these people are really interested in what you have. Yesterday, we had such an amazing call. I did a live stream exercise, and I believe I'm going to do it today. And what we did was I called out to you guys. I had you guys text my number. I called you and I helped you answer the 5 questions that most grants ask. So before I get into that, you understand a grant is free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks and there's no personal information needed. You don't have to provide your social security number, your date of birth, or anything like that. You don't have to upload your debit account statements. You also don't have to provide, worry about any credit inquiries, right? So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Free money is there for you. You just need to know how to go for it, okay? And even if you answer the questions correctly, like how I'm going to show you in this live stream, you still have to understand that there's no 100% guarantee that you will win a grant, but it's still worth you applying. Even if you don't win the grand prize of $10,000, $8,000, $100,000, you still get perks and deals just for simply applying. You become a part of a funding community that you can network your products and services to. You become a part of a network that you can actually, pitch to different investors. You also become get like other perks and deals like credits to like Google Ads and Amazon, IBM Cloud, Gusto, right, which is a payroll processing system. And so instead of you having to pay annual fees or monthly fees to keep these softwares and systems so you can keep your business afloat, you receive credits and you don't have to pay the annual fees. You might get it for 1 year for free. But you would have never received that perk or deal if you would have never submitted the grant application. So even though you didn't win the grand prize, it's still worth you applying. You understand? Okay, so grants, free money, no credit checks, no personal information. If you want to know where I get these grants from, you can visit helloskip.com. The link is down below in the description. You can also visit grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com is not free. It is a $50 a month subscription in order for you to have access to the information that you need for your grants, okay? HelloSkip initially is free. You can join for just $13 or $31. It's anywhere in between that every month. And then you have access to use their AI to write grants for you. You have access to their consultants or whatever have you. There's other perks that come with paying the $13. I think it's like $13.99 a month or something like that. It's all up to you. Ultimately, it's free, okay? Awesome. So before I move forward, a grant is a reward that you can receive. It's usually in the form of money. It's a small business opportunity that you can take advantage of so you can have the money to start and scale your business. Why not Kickstart 2026 with $100,000 for free? And then also, that I use HelloSkip or grantwatch.com to find these grants. And then also, you understand that most small business owners like yourself did not receive any type of funding within their first 2 years, or they fail within their first 2 years because they don't have funding. And you understand the reason why is simply because you are not prepared, okay? So we're going to go over that today. And don't forget, you can get my free grant writing checklist by simply visiting grantfully.org. Grantfully.org is the place where you can download my grant writing checklist, right? It's a full spreadsheet that reassures you of all the things you need to have before you go for a startup and small business grant. And then also, you're going to become a part of the Grantfully funding community where we do weekly webinars. And also, I send you a list of 5 grants every week that you can actually apply to today. So why not be a part of the ecosystem, right? And learn more. And we're all networking together. So grantfully.org, make sure you visit there, get your free grant writing checklist, and I will see you on our webinar on Saturday, which is a couple of days from now. Saturday, we are actually going over what your business website needs to have in order to get approved for funding. I think a lot of you guys don't know that people Google you and they go to see if you have a website. Having a business website, a business plan, a pitch deck, a LLC or a registered company, and a EIN are the basics that you need to have for your business. Yeah. Excuse me. All right, so let me say hey to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to get right into what we're talking about today, okay? Hi, Dennis. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, Jay Brittany. Thanks so much for being here. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Black Salora. Thanks so much for being here. Your boy, good morning. Sending peace and blessings. Thank you for your help. Of course, it's all glory to God. Ricky McFarland. Hey, how are you? I hope you are doing good, okay? Awesome. I love this. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'm so blessed to have you guys here because that means you are interested in learning more about how you can access this debt-free money that you don't have to pay back. Imagine being able to get $100,000 at the Kickstart of 2026. You can use towards your business that can potentially make you millions of dollars towards the end of 2026. And then also it's no strings attached, so you don't have to pay it back. Why go for loans when you're not even making money in your business yet? And then think about it. You would get a $100,000 loan, and then in 30 days, you have to start paying it back. And in the first 2 years, you're actually paying back the interest. You're not even paying back the loan. While I admire your faith and your determination that you would actually make that money back really soon, let's be realistic. Are you organized enough to know that your business or what you have actually works? Like, do you know that your sales is good enough for that, right? So that's why I always say, let's not put our you know what I mean? Let's not go put our foot before, I forgot what the acronym is, put the wagon before the horse type of thing. You know what I mean? Let's not put the carriage before the horse. Which means we're working backwards. We're working backwards, okay? I truly believe that it's a no-brainer that we actually go for a small business grant funding, which is money that we don't have to pay back. And it's literally there to help us help them. Imagine, okay, companies like, even people like Pharrell Williams. You guys know Pharrell Williams. He's like the fashion, mogul, of course, music mogul, right? And Pharrell Williams gives out $1 million every year for Black-owned companies through what's called the Black Ambition Prize he started in 2020. He does this every year. Why? Because he cares about the success of Black-owned companies. Why are you leaving over $90 billion on the table and being a part of that 84% when you can actually not be a part of that 84% and go for grants? And if you think about it, 84% out of 33 million small business owners don't apply to grants. That means you have a higher chance at actually winning. More money on the table for you. It's a no-brainer. The reason why, number one reason why most startups and small business owners don't get funding is because you are not professionally and properly prepared. That is the number one reason why. I had a consultation with one of my good friends. She's possibly going to become an affiliate, so shout out to her. And she has a group of friends. What I love about what they're doing is it's like they're all crowdfunding, so they're all putting all their money together so that way they can support each other in a group. I love that, and I love that they have their own small business or startup support group. Absolutely amazing. However, one of the friends came across a challenge when she was trying to get some funding, and she's trying to go for a loan. She's seen some of my videos and we've actually had a conversation, but she said, you know what, Shelby, while I want to go for grants because I understand there's no 100% guarantee that I can win a grant, and also grants may take time, I want to go for something that's right now. I want to go for a right now opportunity. I aggressively need this money right now. I want to make some money right now. Let me tell you something. I don't look like Boo Boo the Fool. I know it's Christmas. I know you want to be able to have some of that money that you are going on a loan for to be able to pay for Christmas, but you cannot do that unless your business is. So I asked her, what do you do? I asked her, what do you do? She says, oh, I haven't started my business yet, but my business is going to help other small business owners and startups actually get money. I'm going to help them get loans and stuff. I said, well, wow. This is the person that's supposed to be helping you guys, you and I, right? And I don't go for these opportunities. I don't go for loans. You'll never see me apply for a loan ever, ever, never, ever again. SBA, COVID relief funds was one and done for me. So, she was like, my business, what my business is going to be about, right? I am going to start a business that is going to help small business owners have access to funding. Access to funding, meaning loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. I'm going to help them get loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. I said, okay, that sounds great. Have you already started? How do you know that it's going to work? Why are you going for a loan right now? I don't care if it's $10,000. Why would you go for a loan right now and you don't even know or have the proper education for you to reassure yourself of what you are supposed to be doing? Research first. Test it. You understand? So you are at the point right now, you're at your idea phases. And in your idea phases, you're not even a startup because you haven't even started generating revenue. You don't have a website. Like, things are not moving forward. So you are at your idea phases and you are requesting a loan for your small business, for your startup. It's not even startup. How are you requesting money when you haven't even tried the actual funding plays yourself? How are you expecting money? How are you going to go for money? You're just going to basically go off of your credit. Now they run your credit. They do a couple of inquiries on your personal credit. And guess what? You find out that there's 4 derogatory marks on your personal credit that these banks are saying that you need to remove in order for you to be possibly favored. This is coming from the person who said that she is going to help you guys. Now, I had a conversation with her. I said, listen, it's best that you actually focus on you finding funding plays and understanding how this actually works before you decide to go for debt. You just ran your credit for no freaking reason. There's another credit inquiry. There's another 10 to 12 points away from your personal credit. It's not about the score. It's about what's actually on your credit report. We learned that in 2020. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Does it make sense to you? I'm having a conversation with her like this, friend. I'm like, does this make sense to you? You're asking for tens of thousands of dollars from a loan officer for your small business, but you don't have any clients. You don't have any promise to pay. How are you going to start paying it back in 30 days? Right? You don't even have nothing to back it up. Are you just going to use your job? Are you going to continue to use your job? Then why the hell are you going for a business loan when you can go for a personal loan? It makes no sense. So the excuse was, oh, I was going to use some of the money for my skill development. In other words, she didn't use that word. I'm just paraphrasing, but she said, I'm going to use the money so that way I can pay for my mentorship. Friend, let me pump your brakes right there. There's so much free information out here. Why the hell are you paying for mentorship when we got ChatGPT? Respectfully. Have you even tried asking ChatGPT and prompted ChatGPT to give you the information that you need and actually tried the plays that ChatGPT has given you? Have you even looked at YouTube? Have you even looked at YouTube to even see? It's a lot of videos on YouTube. So I had to get on a Zoom call with these ladies because I was like, I need to understand the mindset behind this. I need to understand why. Why are you going for funding, but you haven't started, why are you going for that type of funding? Why are you going for a loan when you haven't started generating revenue yet? I would never tell you guys to go for a loan for your startup or small business and you have never started, you haven't even got one client to pay for your product or service. I would never tell you that. That's why I say go for grants. Because at least with grant funding, you can use truly other people's money that has no strings attached. You could literally use that money to test. Because literally that's what she's doing. I'm going to use some of this money to be able to. And how much is a mentorship? If you're going for a $50,000 loan, the mentorship, let's say, is $10,000. So what's going on with the other $40,000? Where does that go? Everything you do can be virtual. So do you need $40,000? Why would you open up a physical brick and mortar? Have you studied to know that opening up a physical brick and mortar for funding companies does not work? This is why we don't have brick and mortars. So what I want you to get out of this is the necessary research needs to be done. You need to organize your steps and slow yourself down and walk along the steps and take a look at everything, right? You know what I mean? And think about, okay, these are the things I need to do. A lot of you guys actually didn't. I noticed even this week, a lot of you guys have not done your expenses list. And even when you're doing your expense list, you need to reassure yourself of, why do I need this? And where is a place that sells these things or provides these things for cheaper? Be a sustainable entrepreneur. If you do this now early, it's truly going to help you out in the long run. Not saying, you do get what you pay for, but if there's some things that you can actually, like, if it's like stationary things, for sure, like business cards, like, why are you paying for Staples to do this when you can just do it on Canva and just have it printed and sent to your house? You know what I mean? So yeah. All right. So let's move forward, you guys. Grants, free money that you don't have to pay back. No credit checks, no personal information needed. I use HelloSkip or grantwatch.com to find grants. Once you find a grant, there's usually about 5 questions that they ask. We are going to do an exercise where you can text me and I can give you a call and I'll help you answer these 5 questions. So we're going to go over those 5 questions. I'm going to bring them up briefly and then I'm going to call you guys. Is that cool? All right. So if you want me to call you, then all you need to do is text me. You could just text me to the number is going to be in the chat, 855-731-1487. You could just text me and say, help me with the 5 questions, and I don't mind. I would help you out. This exercise, I felt like yesterday, was very, very needed. It was an exercise that I noticed that you guys, even as viewers, you actually liked, you enjoyed, you got to see in real time how I am helping people. I will help you in real time for free right now. I will call you and I will help you answer these 5 questions. Once we walk through these 5 questions, you will have clarity and reassurance on exactly how you need to do things like build your business, how you need to go for grant funding, how you need to, have what your daily operations would look like. Okay. So that's what we have going on. You can always text me to my number. I'll give you a call and we are going to answer these 5 questions. Now, going into the 5 questions, let me go ahead and really quick. Hey, Tamika, Michelle, thank you so much. Miss Red Nose Pit, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. And thank you. Why do they charge to apply for grants? Okay, so Erica, thank you so much for joining me. Good morning. So you actually hire a grant writer. So grant writers charge to apply to a grant simply because you are hiring us to help save you time and energy. All right, so we're saving you time in finding grants. We're also using our creative writing skills to answer the grant questions. All right, I'm going to show you the main 5 questions that most grants ask. Okay. If you are a person that's really good in creative writing skills, if you are really good at, you don't mind typing and things like that, then why not go for it, apply to grants, save yourself some money, right? I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm giving you all free stuff because I understand the problem you have. I understand the problem you all have. You are looking for funding and I totally get it. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Good morning. I mean, when you apply to the Amber grant, so are you talking about grants that have an application fee? Grants that have an application fee, usually what they do is they use that application fee money to go towards the grant reward. Personally, as a grant writer of 10 years, I don't apply to grants that have an application fee for any of my clients or for my businesses, period. Okay. I just kind of feel like it takes away from the whole entire moral or mission of having a grant program, which is giving away free money to help other small business owners and startups have the means or the capital to be able to start and scale. Okay. So it just kind of, for me, it goes against moral reasons. So yeah. But don't stress yourself. That's only one. Like, that's only one grant that you're going for. You can go for so many others that you qualify for. So definitely have at it. Definitely have at it. Okay. All right. So let me see if you guys are, let me see. Are you guys texting me? So what's happening right now is that you can text me to my number to 855-731-1487. If you text me right now while we are on the live stream, hold on. If you are watching me after the live stream, I want to say thank you so much for watching this far. But this exercise is only for the live stream viewers, okay? So you got to catch my live stream 8 a.m. Eastern time every morning. It's set for Sundays because it's the Lord's Day. But if you catch me every morning at 8 a.m., I'm here and we can do this live stream exercise together, okay? All right, so, but what you can do is download my free grant writing checklist. The grant writing checklist is a list of things you need to have before you go for grants. Go to grantfully.org, grantfully.org, and download the free grant writing checklist right now. I will send you a list of 5 grants every week, and you get invited to my free weekly webinars. Why not be a part of the Grantfully funding community, learning so much about how you can start making money right now, okay? And how you can actually make more money, okay? So that's that. But if you are with me right here live, make sure you like the live stream. I would love for you to do that and truly appreciate it. So that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information. And then also, I'm giving you guys the ability to actually have me call you live. So how this exercise works, I'm going to show you the 5 questions, the 5 main questions that we need to answer for all grant applications. These 5 questions are usually on all grant applications that you're going to apply to. So if we can answer all 5 of these questions together, then you are ready to submit grant applications for this free money that your idea deserves. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the 5 questions really quick. Let me answer you guys in the chat, and then we're going to move forward, okay? You can text me to 855-731-1487, okay? Okay. So, you guys, what are you guys saying? Lady C. White says, good morning, looking for grants, home report or home repair. Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for being here, Lady C. White. I'm so blessed to have you here. And that means you're looking for some really good, funding, especially grant funding. To reassure you, grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks. There's no personal information needed, like your Social Security. You don't have to provide any bank account statements. There's none of that stuff needed. You do need some basic business foundations, like having your company registered, having a website, having your EIN number, and a business plan and a pitch deck. There's a free grant writing checklist that you can download by visiting, grantfully.org. I give that out for free, so you are more than welcome to download that. But for me to answer your question, there is definitely grants that you can go for. So you have 2 different ways. If this is for your business that does home repair, then you would actually look for grants. When you are searching for grants, you would not search or Google or ChatGPT grants that says, a prompt that says, grants for my home repair business. No, that's too vague and that's just too simple, okay? So if you are looking for something that's, more of a personal thing, I don't talk about personal grants. I talk about small business grants. The reason why is because personal grants will need your personal information. Personal grants would be like affordable housing opportunities and programs, rental assistance, WIC assistance, SNAP food benefits, SSI, like Social Security benefits, Medicare, Medicaid. Those are all in a form of a grant too. Personal grants are usually funded by your state and local governments, and also they're funded by the federal government. I don't talk about those because I'm a small business channel. I'm a 10-year entrepreneur. I like for us to, that's honestly, I'm not well versed. That's not my lane. I never got approved to SNAP food benefits. I don't have children. I never got my rent paid. I never got WIC assistance. I never got Medicare, Medicaid. Like I wish I did, but they said that's not me, and I'm self-employed. Okay, so that's not my. I'm being fully transparent. That's not my lane, but I do appreciate you for being here, and I'm hoping that you can still learn. All right, just in case you got a business idea, there is free money that you can get to start your business and to scale the business that you already have if you have one. Okay. Nisi's just trying to understand, friend. Says, you are amazing. Thank you so much for your help. Glory be to God, Nisi, and thanks so much for being here with me. Adoja the Chosen One. Hi, welcome so much for being here. Good morning, Tamala. Tamala actually did the phone exercise with us yesterday, which was really fun. I really do appreciate your participation. You guys are not texting me, so I'm guessing you don't want to do the phone exercise. For those of you who are just coming in, you can text my number and you can say, hey, help me out with these 5 questions. And I will give you a call. And we are actually going to do this live where I'm going to help you answer the top 5 questions that most all, if not all, but most of them grant opportunities ask for. Okay, so let's go over those questions really, really quick so I can show you what they look like. I get this frequently asked question all the time. Shelby, what are the grants looking for, right? How do you actually apply to a grant? Well, if you can answer these 5 questions, this is how you apply to a grant, okay? Now, applying to a grant, literally you would visit the 2 websites I gave you earlier. Those websites is helloskip.com or grantwatch.com. HelloSkip is free. Grantwatch.com is not free. It is $50 a month, but it's so worth it if you're going to kickstart 2026 with grants. And once you find the grant that you're looking for, you click on the application link, and then it will take you directly to the application. You would literally like fill out the entire thing. Once you get towards the end of that application or throughout of the grant application, the grants are going to ask you these main questions, which is, who are you and what's the problem? Why now? What is the traction? What will you do with your funds? Who benefits? What's the impact? Why you? What's your credibility? So let me walk you through this really quick so you can have an understanding of exactly what this is. And then I'm hoping you guys will text me so that way we can do the exercise together. Is that okay? Okay. So who are you and what's the problem? So when it's asked, who are you and what's the problem? You should answer that in a way of stating your name. You are the founder of ABC Company and the problem that your customers have. Yesterday, Jay Brittany, who's in the chat right now, she did a phenomenal job. I really do enjoy talking to her. I love you so much. I love all of you. But yesterday, like, her example was really, really good. I wanted you guys to screenshot this before I like take it off, so that way you can reassure yourself that this is like, you know what I mean? That you have it all together. All right, cool. Got it? Everybody got it? Cool. All right. So text my number 855-731-1487. I want you to text me now if you want me to help you answer those 5 questions. Okay. So who are you and what's the problem? That's the number one. That's one of the questions that the grant is going to ask you. An example, yesterday, Jay Brittany did the exercise with us, and she said, my name is Jordan. I am owner of this software, and majority of my users have a problem because 12% of, let's say she said 12% of the gaming world is made up of women, Black women, and they're underrepresented. So pretty much the 12% of women that make up the gaming industry, they are underrepresented when we're talking about gaming, creating games, and even playing them. You know what I mean? We don't really have too many Black women characters like that. So moving forward, why now and what's the traction? She's been able to get users. She's been able to get people to play her demo. She created the demo. This is needed right now because it will influence more women of color to get into gaming and developing games. So I created a demo, collected users, and got feedback from the users, and they all said that they would like to be represented as Black women in the gaming industry. What will you do with the funds? Well, if you gave me $10,000, then she broke it down. Well, I will be able to hire somebody to do this type of development, and I'll be able to do this, and I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to hire the necessary people to actually make my demo actually become a live thing, a live game. And we're documenting the entire process. She just said, and they're documenting the whole process. And that's her traction. Her documenting the entire practice from start to the process from start to finish. That's traction. Who benefits? All right, who benefits? The Black women who are in the gaming industry who would like to create games, who would like to, do all of the things that has something to do with gaming that feel underrepresented, right? So what happens is by her pioneering this thing, offering a game where women can feel represented, things like that, and also documenting the process, showing them that if she can do it, other Black women can do it too. It's going to make them feel like they have an opportunity in the gaming world. All right. Why you? What's the credibility? Well, we found out that she partnered with Xbox, and she's like doing all these big things in 2025. The credibility is definitely there. She knows what she's doing. And she plays games herself. So it's not like she's just coming up with this idea. She's actually her own. It's like she's a gamer herself and she enjoys this and she understands how it feels to be underrepresented. Why? Because she's a Black woman. That's another part of her credibility. It's the same thing. Who are you and what's the problem? I'm Shelby, founder of Grantfully. And the problem that majority of my clients have is access to small business grant funding and actually winning them and having somebody do it for them for an affordable price. Why now? What's the traction? I have done an actual demo exercise to see if small business owners and startups are willing to pay $30 per grant application. In 2024, I had people I had over 789 small business owners come through my live streams, purchase my $30 learn how to apply to grants ebook, and I applied to one $10,000 grant for them. In addition to that, since starting Grantfully, and I've been promoting Grantfully, I have been able to gain over 200 people in the Grantfully funding community, and they have all expressed how they would use the Grantfully platform and how they are looking to apply to grants right now. Who benefits? Who impacts? Small business owners and startups, especially minority business owners who are underserved and don't even make up 2% of the lending, lending capital, right? So they are impacted and they have the ability to have access to grant funding using an easy, smart filter. And they can also track the entire process and have somebody submit the application for them for just $30 per application. The most affordable grant writing opportunity. And we are looking out for startups who are in that startup phase. They haven't generated revenue yet, but they truly do need capital to be able to provide their solutions, right? So that's who's impacted. What's also impacted is the grantors themselves, right? The grantors who give out the money, they have a platform they can potentially collaborate with, or they can white label to add in addition to their already funding communities. And they can have their, Grantfully be a place where people can apply to other grants instead of them having to send out a consistent email list. What we would do is through our white label thing, right? Our white label partnership, they will be able to have access to their own dashboard, their funding community, and it just will provide more solid, more trust with the people in their funding community. Cool? Yes. Who's also impacted? Grant writers, freelancing grant writers who want to increase their abilities in grant writing. Also, they want to make a career out of it. Well, they have the ability to do that. So that's that. Okay. Why you and what's my credibility? Well, I'm a 71% successful grant writer, which means out of 1,000 clients, 71% of them actually get approved to at least $10,000 grant that I write for them. I have had a YouTube channel that has grown to over I think it's like what, 57,000 subscribers, where I do daily live streams and talk about how to access, small business grants. Also, I have served a ecosystem of over 4,000 customers with my grant writing service and small business development consultancy. And that's just within the last 5 years. That's not including the additional 5 years at the beginning, but unfortunately, that's not documented. Okay, so that's that. I answered the 5 questions. Think about how you would answer these 5 questions. Who are you and what's the problem? All right, I want to be able to help somebody. So if you want me to help you answer these 5 questions, I would love for you to text me. All right, I'm going to give you guys like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, okay? Tamla says, now I know how to address it properly. Awesome. City Faith Worship Center, thanks so much for being here. I hope you guys are doing an awesome job and you're feeling really good today. I hope you're feeling really great. Let's see. All right, so you can text a number. I pinned the number in the chat. So if this is something you're interested in, listen, you ain't got to be scared. Okay, you don't have to be scared. I'm going to help walk you through how to answer these questions. If you don't need help, let me know. I can move forward. All right. Maybe I should put a poll up. Let me put a poll up so you guys don't have to like voice that. Would you like for me to call you live to help you answer the 5 grants? All right, let's do a poll really quick. So that way I can know if I should move on. I know. All right, there you go. All right, so I put a poll up just now so you guys can go ahead and vote. I'm going to give you like 3 minutes. You can let me know. So we are doing an exercise where actually you can, okay, there we go. You can have me call you live on YouTube. And then what I will do is I will walk you through the 5 questions that most grant applications ask. Now, if you feel comfortable in doing this and if you need the help, then definitely answer the poll and say, yes, help me. If not, then say, no, I got it. We're good. Okay. The 5 questions are, let me get to them really quick. The 5 questions are, who are you and what's the problem? Why now? What's the traction? What will you do with the funds? Who benefits? What's the impact? And why you? So what's your credibility? Hi, Kelly. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you're having a great day, a great Wednesday so far. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some time to answer that. If you would like for me to give you a call to help you out with grants right now, live on YouTube, then literally just hit yes in the polls, and then I text my number. Okay, my number is 855-731-1487. That's my number. Lady, you look amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Glory to God. It's all God. It's literally all God. It's not me. Okay. 855-731-1487. 855-731-1487. 855-731-1487. That's my number. 855-731-1487. If you text me, then I will call you and I'll help you answer the questions. Okay. You have the opportunity right now. I don't know who's gonna do this with you. Who do you guys know on social media that claims to be like a business consultant or whatever have you that does this besides Alex Hermosi? I love Alex, but besides him, let me see. Okay, this and this. Let me see. Everyone should. You are truly amazing. Thanks so body. Thanks so much, Tamala. I will text in if you just want to make sure you're on the right track as well. No, it's fine. You did it yesterday. You did it yesterday. We need some new people. We need some new people. Okay, I'm going to give you guys another, 1 minute. And then if you feel like you don't need the help, you understand, you clearly get it, then that's fine. If you are afraid, let me tell you something. Scare money don't make no money, friend. Scare money don't make no money, friend. Okay, you can't be afraid to. It's like going to school and then like the teacher calls on you to read and then now like you shooken up. No, literally, you have the ability to ask me any question on the live stream and your concerns, so that way you can make sure you have clarity. You'll be so surprised that people they have consultations with me and they feel so relieved. Yesterday, while you guys are voting, and then I'm going to take it down. But yesterday I had a consultation with someone who comes on our live streams quite often. And she was like, I saw your live stream and, I'm from New Orleans and like, this is what I do. I'm in the Airbnb and I want to not transition, but I want to add this and I want to do that. And I'm just so blessed to have ran into your YouTube because you were saying some things that was really convicting me. And I said, oh, this is so good. Thanks so much for watching. And then so we got into having a conversation. I gave her more than like 10 ideas. I had to at least 5, right? 5 really good ideas. And I gave her an idea of, I also gave her a strategy of how she can be more organized about how she can get more money. She's explained to me that she picked up a part-time job at a hair salon, but she also has a physical like Airbnb. Like it's really nice. It's all pink. It's like super girly. So her target obviously is women and young ladies. And so I said, well, this is good that you have this part-time job. I mean, you can quit really soon. And I said, one way you can quit now or really soon is all of the women that you have in there, from the nail tech to the masseuse and the person who does eyebrows and eyelashes and the person who does wigs and hair, you can collaborate with them and offer an add-on. So if you see that one of your bookings at your all pink Airbnb is, like a sweet 16 type of thing, right? Then why not have someone come in there and do their toes? Like, you know what I mean? Like a whole pampering day for girls. And what you do is you collaborate with a nail tech that's at the salon that you're working at. And then you guys bust down 50-50 commission. Because however much you're making at your part-time, excuse me, however much you're making at your part-time, well, if it's an extra $1,000 to $2,000, come on, like, you know what I mean? Do your best to get more bookings and do add-ons. Excuse me, y'all. It's cold down here. Just let y'all know. I don't know why I got the door open, but I haven't experienced cold in over a year. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of good. But yeah, do add-ons. You have an Airbnb. You've been on Airbnb for 6 years and you have a 5-star rating. Do add-ons. Offer incentives. If you see that girls are having like more sweet 16 or nice birthday parties because it's an all pink Airbnb and it's like a girly birthday party, then why not have add-ons? Find you a chef that can come there and cook breakfast and also cook like a whole brunch and do like dinner and stuff and bust down the commission 50-50. Do an Amazon store list of general things that you see a lot of people come into your Airbnb with. So if it's an all girls party, usually she said, well, I noticed that they come in with their own robes. Well, if they want to buy their own robes and their pink robes, then add the robes to your Amazon store cart, add balloons, add this, add that, hula hoops, whatever you can think of. That makes sense for a birthday party celebration at the all pink Airbnb in New Orleans. She said, "Oh, you are so smart." I'm like, "Yeah." So now you don't have to work the part-time job because now you're part-time giving them your time when you could just sat down and thought about a really strategic way of how to make more money in what you're doing. That's giving majority of your energy to your idea and to your business. And if you feel like you don't have that, like if you feel like, okay, I'm at that point where my business is running, I'm not making enough money, and I'm not making enough money to be able to do the 50-30-20 rule. I'm just taking the profits and putting it in my pocket because bills is billing. And I don't have the mindset right now to be able to think that forward. Then that's you always have me. There's a reason why you came across my page. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't know. I didn't see anybody text, so we're gonna move forward. Where I guess we're not doing the exercise today, but whoever is watching this afterwards, I want to say thank you so much. I hope and pray. Let me see. So let's see. So 50% says yes, help me. The other percent says no, I got it. So it's 50-50. For the ones who say help me, and it's 4 votes and that people put in. So for the ones that say yes, please help me, you have more than enough time, right, to actually shoot me a text now and I can call you. All right. So the number is pinned at the top of the chat or at the bottom of the chat. You might see it down here. Okay. All right. Big Shy says we need to collab. Okay, so on what? What do you do? Collab on what? Keep helping me. I'm not letting you go. Awesome. I love this. Uh, good morning. How are ya? Okay, let's see. All right, so we're gonna go over a grant really quick. $10,000 FedEx. Still available. You have by December 15th to apply. We're gonna read through it together. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat, okay? Because this is the time where we're gonna go over a grant, and then I'm also going to answer any questions or concerns you might have, and then we'll take it from there. We'll end the live stream. Cool? Cool. All right, let's get into it. I really do appreciate you guys' time. So let me bring this up. All right. So this is through Hello Alice. Pretty sure you guys have heard of this one. I talk about this one all throughout the year. Still available. You have by December 5th. This is going to be like their last cohort. So you definitely need to make sure you are applying to it. Let's just read through it. You can visit helloalice.com to have access to this. I'm going to read through the information, and then, any questions that you might have, drop them in the chat. And then, then we'll end the live stream, okay? All right, so FedEx Entrepreneur Fund and Boost Camp Program. Applications for the FedEx Entrepreneur Fund and Boost Camp Program presented in collaboration with Hello Alice and the Global Entrepreneurship Network, which is GEN, are now open. My dad was calling me. Sorry, you guys. Apply now to one of the 150 spots. Hold on, let me text him and tell him. Wait a minute, on live. Hold on, you guys. I have to call my dad. Hello. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why it's doing that. And it's not, I don't know. I'll call him later. Okay. Well, I'll call my dad later, you guys. Sorry. I just wanted to see if it was an emergency. Okay. So, excuse me. Apply to one of the 150 spots in this 12-week digital growth accelerator, where you'll get access to expert led sessions, education, mentorship, and peer support network, and so much more. Plus, if you are accepted into the program, you'll also have the opportunity to receive $10,000 in grant funding. Acceptance in the bootcamp program does not guarantee funding. It's important for you to know that. Here's the eligibility requirements. You need to be an entrepreneur who is a leading executive. So you need to be the founder or co-founder, CEO, CFO, COO, something in the executive seat, 18 years or older. All right. And there's an additional full list of eligibility criteria. Here's the terms and conditions. I highly recommend that you guys look at the terms and conditions when you are applying to grants. Here's about the boost camps you get over a course of 12 weeks. You'll be guided through a curriculum that covers critical elements for business growth, including evaluating your business vision and identity, developing strong marketing and sales tactics, and organizing your finances for improved financial health. You'll also make meaningful connections with fellow visionaries and strengthen your network. After completing last year's bootcamp, 95% of the participants reported that they feel more equipped to navigate challenges and opportunities in their industry, and 75% said they feel more optimistic about their business growth potential. The FedEx Entrepreneur Fund program allowed us to take away from our daily projects and focus on our future growth. The depth of training and camaraderie of the fellow students was second to none. We look forward to using the springboard, our business. That's from Robert White, or Waite, at the Averill House Vineyard. So that's really cool. Here's the application timeline. Okay, like I said, each grant has their own timeline. It says applications for the FedEx Entrepreneur Fund and Bootcamp program will be open for Tuesday, October 14th. So they already open, and it Tuesday at 9 a.m. to Friday, November 21st. Okay, so you have by November 21st. Applications will be reviewed, and the acceptance of recipients will be submitted or will be sent via email December 15th. So you will be notified December 15th. So this is the timeline. So you need to reassure yourself if this is a good timeline for you. Do you meet the eligibility requirements? And if so, then you have a high probability chance at potentially winning this opportunity. 12 weeks of mentorship and networking, and also a potential $10,000 that you can get. Okay. Tamla says, is it on Grantfully? No, Grantfully is a platform that you'll be able to search for grants using the smart filters. You'll be able to track everything using your own client dashboard. And also, you with one click, you can just click on a grant, pay $30, and then have somebody submit a grant like this. But that doesn't come out until December. If you are a part of the Grantfully funding community, then I have a surprise for you guys. So Saturday, I'm actually going to announce that surprise, which is really cool. But you can join the Grantfully funding community by simply downloading the free grant writing checklist, and you will get consistent emails from me. I'll send you emails about our webinars, weekly webinars, and inviting you to them. I'll also send you a weekly grant list that you can apply to, and some other really good business strategies and stuff like that to help motivate you to make some money this week out of your business. Okay. All right. So that's what that is. All right. Any other questions? Do you guys have any questions about what we went over? Small business grants, free money that you can get. There's no credit checks, no personal information needed. And why not go for this free money? Most of these small business owners or small businesses have a challenge with actually winning or getting funding simply because you guys are not prepared. That's why I offer the free grant writing checklist. It's not just for grants, but it's also a checklist to reassure yourself of what you need to have before you go for it. any type of business funding. Okay. Now, if you want some extra help, then all you need to do is visit grantfully.org, download the funding, the checklist, right? The free grant writing checklist, and join the community. And joining the community is pretty much you doing that. You can follow us and join our community on LinkedIn. All right. I'm going to start being more active on there too this coming week. I'm like learning more about the platform and stuff. And yeah, I'm also sharing like what I'm learning in these books. So to give you guys an idea of what I've been doing, I've been reading this book. I'm getting through it. It's not easy, but I'm getting through it, and it's so fun. Alex Harmosi made two really cool books: $100 million in leads and $100 million offers. Okay, you got these books too. I'm sharing like what I learned and how these exercises are working for me. And I'm super excited. I actually study at least 1 hour a day reading these things and actually doing the activity. So it's really fun. So I'll probably be sharing that through my LinkedIn. Okay. All right. So if there's no additional questions, thanks so much for joining us. We were only on here for an hour today, so that's good. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And we'll just keep moving forward with business. Is that cool? All right. God bless you guys and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. Bye bye for now.